What's going on, everyone? It's Credit Feet here. Logging in, pressing start, ready on another Honkai Impact 3rd Part 2 adventure. This time around, well, I've kind of missed something that we were supposed to start a lot earlier, but it said that it would be complete when this patch came out. That is the Banquet Dance of Shade, so this is supposed to be a little bit of a story to take us over to the event. So without further ado, all the events in Sandbox are listed on this page. Come and join now. So I believe this is basically to take us in between part 1 and part 2, so let's go for it. Just as they're taking care of dueling, we're ready to report back. For the relic that remains here, whether they merely a container or... Oh my god, it's doing this again. So cute. What are you... I don't think it's necessary, to be honest. I understand that plan your work and work your plan, but since I'm leading the way, why bother bringing up ancient history? After gaining a deep understanding of Shu from Latost, the outsider who had stumbled into Lanku quickly reached a consensus. Considering their unbridled power, he believed it was necessary to be better prepared before engaging with a living Shu. And they only knew one way to do it. So, could you please introduce us to the Shus when we are about to meet, as well as their unpredicted abilities? For example, is there anyone who owns a cat? The kind that can also shapeshift when necessary. Good thing Donique's not around right now. Seeing those ears of yours, arguments against you would be more than convincing, don't you think? Well, hey, bringing up old stories like that, it's pretty underhanded, isn't it? Oh, but you never shed away from bringing up other people's pasts before too. Except for her own, huh? From the looks of it, she clearly doesn't want us to see her past. But from some reproduced data, didn't we already see Song? Wait. Let's not dwell on the past, shall we? But then again, concerning that thing Master left behind, we have no control over how long we can see it, right? I'll allow you all to enter, but we need to establish some ground rules. If we encounter something you're not supposed to see, the instant I give the word, you should all immediately close your eyes. But then we might miss the most exciting part. I mean, of course, we'll follow your orders. Alright. Well, Shin is able to babysit Duo for us. Should we head on in then? What did Shin say earlier? Something about love being a covert operation? Done by others or oneself? If that's the case, I'll have to refuse. Huh? Fine, I guess there's no getting out of this one. Come, give me a hand. Hopefully, it'll be one of the good days. Welcome to the box of memories and time. Please relax. If you want to exit your memories, just think exit at any time. Amber Street. Have we once again? Looks like we discovered another teleporter. Great. But this can't be. It looks like it's been used at the Data Research Institute for a long time. Given its spatial distinctiveness, it'd become a hazard we can't easily touch. Why are you so sure? If I had its help... Song, although you've said this many times, your mentor is also a Shu, right? I reckon he's done a great many deeds. It's hard to say. For the big old family he was born into, he's more of a traitor. For a certain woman I know, he's more of a walking disaster. But if you ask the public, the answer is simple. He's an ordinary celestial. There's nothing ordinary about that. Anyway, unlike where we've been, this is Amber Street in the past, right? Yes. But since we wandered into it, I'm afraid it'll take quite a while to figure out how far back in the past we are. But you've got me. Ah, we didn't follow a song into here. Whichever time period it is. Isn't she always around? Nah, it's the same even if I'm not. Not trying to scare you, but I don't think anyone's lived here longer than me. I can tell which year and month it is at a glance. Okay. We know you're senior, then who'll lead? Oh, I can't skate. Perhaps we didn't come too late, but rather too early? Look, there's a place just about to open. I thought we could save the business. Done our best. There's nothing we can do. Let's go. In these troubled times, we should already be thankful that we're safe. Seems like businesses are suffering. What does troubled times mean exactly? So this is before the reaping. Maybe at first the disaster caused by the shadows? Strange. It shouldn't be like this. I mean, Amber Street has seen some difficult times, but I shouldn't have moved in at the time. It can't just be a coincidence, right? Song? Well, let's go over there. We need to visit a shop we're familiar with. Is this a tea house? Zan's Tea House. It's an old establishment on Amber Street. Have you heard of it, Kroger? When we return, I'll treat you to some tea time. It'd be such a shame if this place couldn't be preserved in Oxia. I think that the current situation wants some tea time already. Ah, Uncle, it's been a while. Are things the same old around here? That's completely different than the rumors out there, isn't it? Things don't seem to be that bad in Amber Street. Uncle, have you just gotten back from an outing? Heard some gossip again? Oh, is it stuff like shadows devouring people and people disappearing after having strange dreams caused by the shadows? You know, like you do. Well, those stories made it to the newspapers. Surely they're not counted as gossip anymore. Still, it's unavoidable. Just like people drown each year. Life still has to go on, you know? That's what everyone says, but Anto City is such a big place. Why is it only this street that is haunted by the shadows? Why is it only this street? That sounds familiar. No! Chrono, how do we get out of here? This place, we definitely can't linger here. Song, this is your body. I'm afraid we're in for some trouble. If it's the Amber Street from before, how is she not here? Before everything happened, in the not too distant past. Bruh. That strange power, imbued with the power to reverse time and space, was about to make its mark upon the particular place 100 years ago, along with its owner's needle-sharp mind. Unlike some animals that possess natural instincts to predict disasters, these beings, commonly referred to as humans, did not possess similar talents. The impending Great Panic, the arrival of a man who would wipe out everything. All of these were unpredictable to them. At this moment, the only thing that occupied their minds was the meeting among nobles and how to serve their master in a proper way. And furthermore, how to accommodate her little quirks. Have I made myself clear? I don't need anyone to accompany me. Did you really think you could be any of use in that negotiation? But, Miss Fell, we were ordered by the elders to welcome you here. After all, since you'll be staying here for a long while, someone must attend to your needs. Hush. Miss Fell. Are you saying my name is Fell? You might be dressed quite immaculately, but you're nowhere near as pleasing to me as she wants. What's your name? I'm your new butler, James. What about me? Try addressing me once more. Falima, milady. Though I wonder who made you so audacious, I'm sure you know well. To whom you own these clothes. In any case. Do we get to play as her? Alright, you can go now. There's someone else who should know the rules better than you do. Even after seeing such extraordinary feat with my own eyes, his own eyes, he didn't show any surprise. Falima Notriscu, with such a distinguished surname, she would have no difficulty in acquiring a certain organization's research results on the 10 faces of misery. Though this is merely his misconception regarding the abilities at hand. I just need to find a charge pack real quick. Give me a sec. My headset has just beeped me. Yes, I do charge it, but I tend to also use my headset quite a bit. So you do see this happen quite a bit, where it decides it doesn't want to work. There we go. And as for you, including you and every servant belonging to the family, I'm firing all of you. I don't need servants who don't learn their manners. Or perhaps there was no need for her to go on. The unique tisk sound she had used to refer to them had already said enough. Now then, get lost. I've only just become interested in this place. If you insist on ruining that pleasure for me, you should know that there are many things in this world that are more painful than disappearing. Yes, I understand. Then, Lady Falima, I wish you a safe journey. Oh, we get to play as her, finally. No attacks though. No attacks, which is a shame. But this is a good way of going about learning, using the character before the character. Ma'am, I beg your pardon. Yes? Even though the girl in front of her had always scoffed at the aristocratic dress code, and was accustomed to sewing every piece of clothing herself, for some reason, anyone could immediately sense her ineffable nobility. Don't be nervous. I've only just arrived, so I'm seeking directions for those who appear sophisticated. My, I'm flattered. Are you looking for someone, perhaps? Yes. I came looking for Mr. Bai. He should be a noticeable figure, but seems to have disappeared from here. So I'm concerned about my safety. Leaving the street calamity aside, has anything unusual happened on the street? Is this shadow calamity not worthy of your attention? I dare not walk around like this at night, to be honest with you. So far, my luck has steered me clear of it, but I hear the shadow calamity on Amber Street is worsening by the day. Yet, you still carry on with your lives. I'm unsure about that. But isn't everywhere like in Antras now? Otherwise I wouldn't have stayed here. It's completely unlike the rumors. The cursed land forbids life. How could it look like this? Much appreciated, by the way. Your taste is far better than the sacks I see on the street. At least, it wouldn't make me want to give you a new outfit. Huh? Mister, get lost, brat. Hey, Undyne, how you doing? Welcome on in. How's your day going? Hope you're having a lovely one. It's going amazing here. Obviously, we're just playing some catch-up right now, so... I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Would you... You're deaf or what? I don't have time to talk with a brat. Go home and ask your daddy for the stories of shadows. I do follow human speech. It would seem someone doesn't consider himself human. I knew this aristocratic act would work. Well then, tisk tisk. Hey, are you calling a dog? You stupid brat. His barking ended there, and then and there. It wouldn't be difficult for anyone present to notice how the man lost the light in his eyes in a flash. Although the girl wasn't very quick at tearing hearts apart, this weak-willed ordinary man didn't need to see it all to be reduced to this state. That's more like it. Now, answer me. Did anything strange happen nearby? Yes, Lady Falima. Not much happened, just petty matters. Talking the Wu Pharmacy behind me is an example. It's a long-standing, reputable pharmacy. But some time ago, an epidemic of unknown origin spread through the street, and many came here to get medicine. However, the owner prescribed the wrong medicine that got many sick. The business closed not so long after. Epidemic. It must be caused by the shadow calamity. There's such rumors. But only rumors. Maybe it was only the owner's mistake. But if Lady Falima says so, then it must be right. The other stores are similar. The fast food restaurants cooks worse, the pawn shop sells clients items, and the cloth store's owner fell and broke his back. These aren't news. But the frequency does make one wonder. Why is it always Amber Street? Pure rubbish. If they were that common, why would I bother myself coming here? Go, run in the direction of sunrise. Run until your shoes wear out. I'm afraid you won't be able to withstand further taming. Regretful. You are much too vulgar to serve me. See, doing good, playing some Punishing Grey, preparing for Wuthering Waves. Honestly, not bad. I've seen Wuthering Waves. I'm not going to try it myself because it reminds me too much of, like, Tower of Fantasy. I should have known. If you felt differently, then it'd be hard to back out, huh? Milady? Yeah, Wuthering Waves to me just seems like, obviously it's a much better take on combat than Genshin, but the UI is just Genshin. And I'm nearly completely burnt out of Genshin. I am enjoying Impact, and I am enjoying Star Rail. That might just be the only two for me. I'm not even going to bother trying open world RPGs like Genshin or anything along that lines. Because just how much money goes into them for what, you know? I will probably wait if I ever do try Wuthering Waves, because obviously when it comes out, there's going to be initial hype, there's going to be a lot of player base. I want to see how it stands. Or does it have Genshin's problem where the longer the game goes, the harder it is to get into? Why are you still following me? Servitude is but an excuse for surveillance, correct? How could we, milady? Never in our lives have we fought. It's because the negotiation with the Bai family is of crucial importance. The elders want us to stay by your side. In other words, those Jesus' commands carry more weight than your lady. Can't be helped. I'm an irresponsible, hedonistic matriarch after all. Surely you've heard the rumors. The tower, the secret chamber, the disappearing servants, and the strange torture instruments. She doesn't seem to like the one whom you should submit to. Milady, you must be joking. All the rumors we've heard are about Amber Street. The missing Bai chose to show itself here in the thick of strange occurrences. Considering the history between your late father and the Bai family, he must be planning something. It may very well be a trap against you. I'm glad to hear that. Oh, on a Steam Deck. Honestly, best of luck. Enough. Do not spout on as if you know the whole story. If you ask me, you've got at least two things wrong. The first thing is, although these geezers are control freaks, only those born in our family name can run the family. I came to Amber Street personally merely because I'm interested in it. Interested? This place is... Yes. My father crushed the Bai family and passed away shortly afterwards. Naturally, I became the object of their vengeance. Oh, heck yeah! Yes, it is the closest you can get to a Switch port, definitely. Maybe Switch 2.0 that's coming out next year might. We'll see how things go. I know one of the big things that's been announced is that Square Enix is no longer going to do exclusivity with PlayStation. Right? And I've seen some really nutty responses from that from PlayStation fanboys saying it's like something else that gets related to, in which people were subjugated and all that kind of stuff. It's like, nah, mate, you're not crying over a game company. It's, if anything, the lack of exclusivity on PlayStation and releases on PlayStation 5 is PlayStation and Sony's own fault and greed. So leave it at that. Don't call yourself out. You know what I mean? The heir of the Bais must have acted while he went missing. And let's not forget about the anomalies and the rumors of monsters. They've confirmed they will be. Don't you think this place has become more exciting? Seeing I'm almost bored with these new forms of entertainment, someone went ahead and prepared new ones. I forbid you to diminish that pleasure of mine. The butler finally understood the attitude she conveyed. Exactly, exactly. Corporations are not your friends. As the new butler, he failed to measure his master's character with sufficient memory, or he would have realized that venturing into the past, where her sworn enemy hid, and rumored to abound in disaster alone, was but usual amusement for the girl. Which means we don't need anything to accomplish the mission from the elders. Or, for no reason, he felt a tinge of fear build on his apprehension. If the girl did have confidence to walk away from such danger, that would make her a far more terrifying existence than the former. No way. Did Sony really pull a Helldivers 2 for Ghost of Tsushima? And actually do it successfully? Like, my god. No wonder why they got emboldened about the idea. Well, hopefully the company behind it will look at that and go, actually, yeah, let's remove that exclusivity. As for the second thing, who says the rumors that the Elder spread are fake? I'm talking about the disappearing servants and torture instruments. Wait, milady? Too late. Of course, you can still re-end after you are punished. That is, I'll admit it's my fault for trying to explain it to you, who are nothing more than my servants. Looks like you need to rebrand this fact into your souls. In a few moments, the butler's previous misunderstanding will be cleared up. The chains he saw perhaps weren't the right tools developed by the organization. Unfortunately, it was too late. No, I 100% agree with you. 100 years ago, the title Shoe of Pleasure had not rung out across Entris with the mad feasts that everyone had come to know today. But the power that belonged to her was spouting in secret, and under some clever disguise, was exercising its right to trample. Ah, by the way, the one whom you should submit to is not a concept that exists, because this isn't up to you. You'll soon see. Now that you're fired, it's time you wear something more suited to you. Milady, what are you? Don't worry. They're just back to the way they ought to be. And soon, you'll be just like them. And learn how to kneel before me. What's the matter? Your expression has suddenly darkened. This isn't good. Could it be a prelude of the shadow calamity? Overwhelmed by fear, consumed by shadow, ending up dead in the streets. I've seen too many other examples before you. Come on, let me hear it. What wicked thoughts have you been hiding? I just fired you a few minutes ago, and yet you have the audacity to show up your face again and again. Even so, I still want to help you, so I've been following behind you in secret. The elders in the family are your true masters, yes? So you're not actually afraid of me? Those old geezers who sent you to monitor me. I'm not that naive. First, they snatched a large share of the industrial market that they sent me. The only person qualified to negotiate with the Bai family. And finally, they arranged for someone to keep an eye on me. In the best case, if I even make the slightest mistake, a report impeaching me will be sitting at their desks. But in the worst case scenario, if I was to unfortunately perish in the shadow calamity, that would suit them ever better. That's the gist of it, isn't it, little dove? Silent already. Why? Afraid of giving yourself away? So you're willing to risk my anger for the sake of the Elder's mission? Very well. This makes things more interesting. Let me guess. Perhaps the reason is... debt has robbed you of your freedom, hasn't it? You refuse to accept life as someone's underling, terrified at the thought of losing your freedom forever. But do you have a choice? Becoming someone else's lackey, serving as a pawn in their schemes. Did you think you could erase your past failures with that? You couldn't even stalk me properly. What do you think's going to happen to you when you go back? I didn't expect... How has it come to this? Indeed. That's why I said there's no person you should submit to in this world, but only the only person you must submit to. Now then. Kneel! What? Wait, cutting shit out. Your soul is now a dress. You are trapped in my Millennium Scissors. Besides begging for mercy, you have no other way out. Forgiveness, it was expensive. Freedom is the precious air on the mountaintop, not meant for the weak. Empty your mind, stop thinking, and let me dominate you. That's your only value. My God, woman. I submit to you, Lady Felima. My God, this woman! Whoo! My God. This is how people think most VTubers act. Everything seems to have happened in the blink of an eye. Then, I will accept your loyalty and your fear. At this moment, the ritual known as fear gathering had not yet become a necessity of life in Lantry. And even the title Shu didn't bear the significance that would later be granted by the man whose surname was Bai. But indeed, there was more than one person who had already discovered the subtle connection between fears and shadows at this moment, and had used their own means to exploit it. The best way to control 10 people with 10 bullets is to control 9 people with 9 bullets. And as someone of higher status, who knew well how to manipulate fear, she could naturally subdue fear more easily. Within moments, the girl had captured his fears, wielding them as abnormal shadows to exert total control over him. Yet, at least outwardly, though more effort was put in, the gains did not equal those to the past. Although the butler involuntarily assumed a respectful posture, he appeared not to have completely lost himself. There was still a gleam in his eye. However, that gleam in his eye screamed of fear and anger. Ah. Yes, I haven't stripped you of your awareness needlessly. I just wanted you to kneel, while your mind is filled with your anxious thoughts. It's more interesting to tease a pet that can bite, isn't it? Anyway, Given your poor skills, you barely pass. So you'll serve as a coarse cloth. Although the butler's rank was defined by the girl with a rather strange term, he no longer could show hesitation. Yes, milady. Felima is correct, as always. How may I serve you? Not time yet. Besides, your true form, you can't help much. Oh. It seems there's more than just one rat. CJ and Big I think I know what mod you're talking about. It's from the opening sequence, isn't it? The two characters from the opening sequence. My god, honestly, this woman acts the way people think most VTubers act. Hide and seek. A primitive game, but an interesting one nonetheless. But I won't need to break a sweat just to catch a rat. Yeah! Hello. Well then, it's time for you to be of service. When the character approaches an object, Fine. Oh, it's a young one of her! I hope we get this as a costume. I didn't see nothing. Nothing, I tell you. We can talk this out. Please don't silence me. Talk it out? You put yourself in a high position from the start. Because look, I'm trembling with fear, aren't I? I've no hope of defeating you. That makes diplomacy my only option. What do those geezers take me for? Sending these people here. Extruding elegance, the girl slowly reached forward. And for the stalker who witnessed everything, its meaning was obvious. Don't! I'm begging you! I've just arrived in Amber Street, so I don't know anything. Don't turn me into that! Hades 2 looks beautiful. I'm gonna say it. I'm not into those kind of games, but it looks beautiful. If you need me to be obedient, just say the word. I'm good at taking orders. My god, simp. Well, taking this gunny sack off would be a good start. It's too atrocious to look at. Hello, game? Huh? We're in an empty alley, and demanding that is still too much for the tracker, which is what the gunny bag referred to what she wore. But judging the magic this noble lady had performed, the demand spoke for a threat even more terrifying than death. Sure, it's not that cold anyway. It's not like I have a ton of cash in my pockets. Do I need to fold it later? You're quite an interesting one. Alright, get up first. Tell me your name. I don't need to take it off? What? You look disappointed. Answer my question. I'm Song, and I do some small business for a living. Origin stories! Is your business thieving or cheating? Whoa, I may look dirty, but my hands are clean. One, hydrate, redeem, I will do such right. I'll get my Volvic. Is that right? You look rather strong and quick to me. Doesn't seem you're doing honest business. Well, quick legs are what I got. Where's this good stuff? There's me. Oh. So, what's the good stuff that made you follow me like a rat? The gems on you look pretty fancy and expensive. No, I can tell from your punch that you can be my meal ticket. Oh, so much for clean hands. That's what we came to Amber Street for, right? The place is now riddled with rumors, and as the shadows are wreaking havoc and noblemen are running to save their lives, they say the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward, and I thought maybe this would be my break. Noblemen on the run? What exactly did you hear? Actually, I made that up. Anyway, chaos is a ladder, so I'm well prepared, and I've remembered all the hearsay and secret shortcuts so I can run from you. Not that I actually did. I didn't really mean to peep at you. Setting your servant straight. Once I'm out of the street, I'll be sure to forget everything, so please don't kill me and don't turn me into that too. Enough. Do I look that violent to you? Do I look funny to you? What? No. Backhand slap. Not at all. You look noble and important. Oh, I wasn't trying to correct you. Your guess was on point, but killing really is below me. It's too simple and fast for my taste. Anyway, you'll get to know later. No more nonsense. I did need a servant to lead the way, and you said you knew all the shortcuts. Now it's time for you to prove it. Well, what? You like being a servant? Maybe you prefer being my pet. If you spare me, I can be anything. But isn't being a servant the same as turning me into that thing? Just black lumps swoosh out of nowhere and slap them hard and pull out their souls? Isn't that? You won't understand. And you don't have to. Anytime. They didn't die, nor did they lose their souls. They simply became my retourne. And that won't be necessary for you yet. If I found out you know something about Amber Street, you'll know the taste. Or, if you're the type who works passion and can be inspired by bonds, I surely can make that happen. No need. That's not necessary. I'm all yours. Good girl. And to you, I'm Lady Falima. It's a rare opportunity, so don't waste it. No problem, Lady Falima. Where do you intend to go first? How about I take you to get something to eat? Thinking of the street view she had previously seen, she frowned unconsciously. The folklore says people from high places are easily attracted by street snacks. No need. I'm looking for someone called Banji, or Baiji. He may have something to do with Amber Street rumors, so may not. But what I saw here is completely different from what I heard. I find it hard to believe he has done that. Anyway, do you know any suspicious place around here? The more bizarre, the better. No problem at all, Lady Falima. Information is my livelihood. Come with me. In today's world, good things rarely happen. But if you're looking for trouble, you don't need to look far. Right. While they're talking and walking, I can explain stuff. Thank you so much for the hydration reward down dying. I'm actually drinking from bottled water. I have had to go out and buy bottled water today. Because, quite annoyingly, recently, and I only found out today because I don't watch the news, a local area, just here, a local area's water supply has been found tainted. Which is just great, isn't it, when you were there? I was there the other day. Now I'm like, I can't even trust my own water source now. That's typical. What is this place? Well, I never heard of someone called Baiji. But speaking of strange things and people with a family named Bai, this place is the only thing that pops up. Strange things? Yeah, but not monsters. It's some weird disease, you know? As she spoke, she knocked on the door. What is it, young girl? Excuse me, does Grandma Chen live here? Looking for me? But my granddaughter's dancing class isn't today. Oh, I see. Forgive my poor memory. You must be sent by Mr. Bai, right? Come on in. I'm not his errand girl. Yeah, just the right place. Good thing you came by. I'm counting on you to cure my headache. What a coincidence. Oh, headache. Cute. Take Granny Shen's pulse. Cute. Huh? Of course, Lady Felima. Song walked to Granny Chin reluctantly and signaled her to reach out her arm. Taking my pulse, Mr. Bai said there was no cure for the shadow disease, and only the potion they developed would work. Well, medicine never stops moving forward. Oh, right. How did you find Mr. Bai? He's a very busy man. How clumsy. She decided right away. Let me think. It started about a month ago. I got this headache every late night. I didn't think much of it at first, but it grew worse and worse. I told my neighbors about it, and pretty soon someone came to me and told me it was the shadow disease. They said it was kind of a shadow calamity, and the only cure was the potion they made. I was doubtful, but after one potion, my headache became much better that night. Arrogant evil with no desire for fame. That's a real legend for you. Since I've been waiting for you and people to come back, and I've got this money ready, I'll buy however many potions you have. Why are you giving me that look? Can I still be treated? Madam, I don't think the potions can do you any good now. What? I mean, you've almost fully recovered. Huh? It's a huge mistake. This is no shadow calamity. Your condition is rare, but not at all untreatable. Here's a prescription. Take it and you'll recover in no time. It went on and on. After a lengthy persuasion, the two finally bid goodbye to the old lady, with at least some information acquired. For the people of her family background, impersonating someone else to get information was truly a rare experience. You didn't lie, at least. I guess there's some honesty in that. It's a survival skill. Just a bit of roleplay. She did do a good job after all. Looks like our pet can be more capable when not on a leash. Oh, that wasn't a compliment. You're the boss. But Lady Felima, why didn't you simply turn the granny into one of your retinue? That way she'd say everything. Do you even hear yourself? Do you think this is a good idea? Or do you think that this is a good idea? Which answer can keep me breathing? Forget it. Since you did a good job, listen, the thing you saw me do, they were never my interests. Rather, they're a means to an end. Those who deserve to be called humans, I treat them as humans. Those who bare their teeth, I put a collar around their necks. I never said I was a good person, but a noble villain has principles. Do you understand? I do. So why didn't you make me into one of your collared pets? Was it because my teeth weren't sharp enough? Or did I look too weak? I kinda like the first explanation. Anyway, if the person from the Bai family did come here, he'd act in the same way. They hadn't even met each other. I can't picture him swindling old ladies. I mean, Mr. Bai is a fake? We'll know pretty soon. Don't forget, the so-called Mr. Bai said he'd pay a visit today. So what was that for? What did that do? Someone took the bait. See if you can take off a bit more than you can chew. She didn't disappear like underneath or something, did she? I was gonna say. Welcome to the Shadow Realm. Oh my, oh my. I find myself without any toys and I'm quite distressed at this moment. Welcome to the Shadow Realm. You've come at a good time. Name? Aurora. Status? Stay silent all you want. But judging by your skill, you're one of the lanterns, aren't you? Why? I'm acquainted with some of them, yes. Also, I'm the one asking the questions here. So, it was you who was spying on us just now. And when we discovered you, you led us into some alley for an ambush. That means you're the one spreading rumors about the shadows everywhere. Were you the one impersonating Mr. Bai? Or was it the one who hired you? Not very proactive, are you? But I quite like people who aren't proactive. Because no matter what I do to them, they can't complain. You're a stray dog who's left the organization. Seems I've struck a nerve. No wonder you're not even wearing a uniform. Quite tragic, isn't it? A former warrior fighting against the shadows, now making a living by disguising as one. The person who hired you has a sense of humor. I have to give them that. How did you end up like this? Let me guess. This was the last one, apparently. What you're afraid of is a truly formidable enemy. Powerful monsters, born from the shadows. I don't intend to imagine such filth, but I can guess to some extent. Your body may not have suffered permanent damage, but your spirit has been completely crushed, hasn't it? That's why you escaped the front lines of battle against the shadows. Even though you know that fighting is your only forte. That's why you willingly become a hired thug back in these back alleys. Because you know there are no formidable enemies here. However, your comfort zone has been shattered by me. I am the formidable enemy you cannot defeat, you see. I don't look terrifying, and I can appear on any ordinary shopping street and still leave you unable to stare. This is the monster that you fear day and night. You cannot escape it because there are powerful people everywhere who are stronger than you. This is your destiny. Do you understand? Submit to me. Now put on the dress. I submit to you, Lady Falima. Aurora, taken in as a servant, recounted her employment history with a usual lifeless look. So you don't know who this Mr. Bai is either? Sorry, Lady Falima. He never showed his face. I only received orders from time to time to help him spread the rumors about shadows and handle people who question the existence of the shadows. Oh, sugar, hang on a second. Where's my Tamagotchi? That's going to get upset at me. I've just thought about that. My Tamagotchi's going to get upset if I don't wake up. Hang on a second. There we go. Sometimes, I would sabotage their business as a warning. Why is it always Amber Street? Looks like you might throw this question at you. No, he's that man from the Bai family. What he plans to do here goes against the information received by the family. Oh, she thought about the many coincidences she had run into before. Isn't everything going too well? The reason they sent me here sounded legit, but the tricks the old ones are playing here are so tasteless. Tuh. Lady Falima, what can I do for you? As for you, you're the worst of your kind, but you might just suffice as a weaving shuttle. Go and find little Hugh for me. They put so much work into preparing for this scene, but I'm gonna watch it till the finish. It better be more exciting than this. Oh, God, don't make me trudge. Don't I regret taking you? Tisk tisk. Ah, it's Lady Falima. I thought I was never gonna see you again. Huh? I was just so worried about you that I grabbed the wrong person by mistake. Isn't that just like him? Always running away like he's doing something wrong? Oh, he's done something right? Oh, wait, Lady Falima, this is... Oh, come here and say hello. I'm Aurora. Lady Falima has taken me in. She gave Song a concise rundown. Huh. So the weird stuff that happened on Amber Street, it's all fake? I can't believe it. We came here to make a buck, but someone else is cashing in it instead. Wait, this isn't right, Lady Falima. Even if those happenings were fishy, who would ever think of making money off Shadow Calamity if they don't have connections? It's not over yet. Lady Falima? I'm listening. I've heard a couple of times there are places near Amber Street, an off-the-beaten path where some monsters were seen jumping out of the shadows. It might sound crazy, but there's talk going around the town that the monster kind of like a fish, but a fish that can fly? Sounds like a regular old Shadow Calamity. At any rate, go on and lead the way, little Q. Off the beaten path, regardless of the trouble there. Make a pleasant weaving room. So it looks like it wants us to leave the town. Just quickly before we do that, I want to come back up here and I want to do that puzzle we just saw at the top here. Because now we have the ability to shoot targets. So, where was it? There it is. Because we lifted this and then there's a target. Bang. 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 Okay, so... Ah! There we go. Okay, so there are going to be mini missions, so I've got to do both this map and the new map. That's going to be... Oh, that's going to be interesting, isn't it? But I should be able to complete this in one night, honestly. Yeah, I should be able to complete this kind of event in one night without taking too much time in the stream. This way, please. Huh? Is it finally over? We're... Song, what was that? The reenactment was so faithful that it drew us in, it seems. So, she manipulates others with the power of shadows? Is it because the ability to act on the mind affects our reality as well? Or is it something to do with the connection between Oxia and Lanku? And now, our reality is also dictated by the shadows. You easily led me to this so-called Mr. Bai and attempted to take me out several times along the way. She even took you in. That relationship won't be the same next time we meet, huh? No wonder she didn't want us to go through. This is... Always putting on this dog and pony show. It's all a show. So, you know what happened afterwards then? Well, it's been more than 100 years. My memory isn't that great. Anyway, let's get out of here. If we get dragged back into it. Now you think about it. This is the first time that we've made contact with magic, right? And even though it's pretty real, it's still safer than reality. Maybe we can stay a little while longer? Oh, this is... Look outside. There's nothing beyond Amber Street. Right. It's not the entire past. And it looks like we aren't able to complete it to keep going on. Yeah, we need to pick up the pace. Not to alarm anyone, but Philema... It seems Philema's power isn't just in charming the mind. It has to do with the clothes. Every time she uses her power, she gives the target clothes to wear. The clothes differ, and she can use the power of the shadows based on the clothes. Interesting. I need to keep reading. I have an idea, but... You really don't remember anything after all, so even a little bit would do. The outskirts of Amber Street, where the reenactment was occurring as normal. If we were to encounter such a creature, could Lady Philema handle it? How about we just cut the chatter? Focus on leading the way. Are we actually going to get to play Philema? Even if it's not a monster, it must be a formidable beast. Anyone there? Save us! Help! Who are you? I'm a member of the Lantern. I heard there's a shadow calamity here. Oh goodness me. I'm safe now. My friend was attacked by monsters that emerged from the shadows, and I was the only one who managed to escape. This guy acts really pathetic. Are they glitching in? Are you here to save me? Thank you so much, but isn't Chrono with you? He stayed behind to protect me. Lady Philema, should we continue leading the way? Things are getting quite boring. I'm dead. It's Chrono. Are you alright? A monster bit my leg. I'll treat that wound for you. Where are the monsters? After jumping on me, they ran off for no apparent reason. Maybe they just don't like how you taste. Oh, how fortunate for me. So this is just us three? Little Q, you underestimate me, or whoever sent you here. Right, the monsters are here with Lady Philema. What? Monsters born from the Shadow Calamity will return on their own. How could they lie like that? Sounds like you don't know anything about that disaster. But is there anything else you can do? It's even more boring than what I watched as a kid. Lady Philema, what are you talking about? What? You think their acting is gonna fool me? Let me be straight with you. Your acting has been failing since Grandma Shen, so you easily led me to so-called Mr. Bai and attempted to take me out several times along the way. In the end, you brought me to this deserted place and failed to realize who the real threat was here. Lady Philema, listen to me! Alright, I don't want to hear you say it out loud yet. Maybe it was a wrong guess, but it doesn't matter. Wouldn't it be more fun to force you to spill the truth? The voice was familiar, but what it said was terrifying. As expected, several of the outsiders allowed themselves to be used as vessels, allowing the incomplete reenactment to continue. And yet, they would have to face the ensuing danger. No. What if we fell for it also? At the very least, you'd lose your freedom again. But we aren't out of options. Based on Song's previous experience, actively obeying her will is a possible means of escape. You can do that. No, you need to beat her to it. Be Falima's pet. What? It's no use. Alright, Helia. Ah. Oh, interesting. So, have you ever been stabbed with a needle? Hold the up button. Okay. Oh, X. Oh. Excuse me, I am. 1, 2, 3. Right. Right. Ultimate. Luckily for me, this isn't how she actually plays. Luckily, this is just kind of like a mini game of how she plays. Boom! 1. It's interesting. It's always interesting to like kind of play as the creatures, but no alarm here. Oof, she's been trialed. Don't think too much. Others don't have the privilege to punish my pet. But that doesn't mean I won't punish you. You claim to have heard rumors from a strange phenomenon on Amber Street and came here to make a profit. That was a lie, wasn't it? Before meeting you, everyone I encountered on Amber Street had never heard of any strange phenomenon or the Bai family. But after meeting you, everything changed completely. Pardon me, give me a second. I'm just going to go blow my nose. I'll be 1 second. I'll let you guys read this one through. Oh, sorry guys. From our first meeting, you pretend to be afraid. Oh, I got autoplay on. Why is it going so quick for autoplay? Unfortunately for you, I don't make the habit of casually revealing my trump cards. Considering these points, it's quite clear, isn't it? The people mentioned the phenomenon at Amber Street to me were you and the elders of the family. So, you're employed by the elders. Take this! Take that! Objection! You conspired together to trick me here and then dispose of me. Any rebuttals? Aye. She was prepared to lose consciousness. From experience, losing herself and becoming fully a slave seemed to be her only foreseeable end. Had I known, I would have taken this miserable job. Lady Falima's a lot scarier than any monster. She could hear her own heart being torn apart. So cold. Even if I died for real. Huh? Lady Falima, we're still out here? And they were roommates. Clearly, what she was hearing wasn't her soul being torn apart. Of course, there wasn't much reason for celebration either. Just the act of wearing her clothes meant an extremely frightening future was in store. Enough talk. You're making me regret my decision. In the end, the little birdie needs its wings clipped. Lady Falima, it's all my fault. Please don't turn me into that. There's so many things I haven't eaten, places I haven't been. At the very least, let me go say hi to my wife and children back home. At the very least, if I have at least one last table of desserts, I'm begging you. Hush. I told you to stop your yapping. Needles aren't just for sewing clothes. Would you like to try something else? Another shabbing, please? Alright. So then, please. I didn't think I was gonna get caught so soon. How much of the show has Falima seen? The elders hired us to get close to her. Well, you're pretty close to her right now. Eliminate. That's what the contract says. But Lady Falima found out? I lied. At first, I planned to profit from all sides. I'll take the elder's payment, pretend to hurt Lady Falima, unless I set up illusions to scare Lady Falima away from the street. That way the elders couldn't blame me for doing nothing. I just have to tell them things didn't go as planned. And then when the time comes, I'll take the money and dash. As for the monsters and actors, they were only meant to scare Lady Falima. I've got a thingy I tricked, borrowed from Lantern, to make sure nothing would go wrong. And the rumors about the Bai family? Couldn't tell ya. But there's someone on Amber Street pretending to be the guy from the Bai family. The guy that sells medicine and scares people. That's everything, Lady Falima. You can stop sewing now. I do everything you say. Why do I have to? I've seen plenty of obedient people in my entire lifetime. Free will just gets in the way. It's as I've always said. Freedom is as precious air on the mountaintop, not meant for the weak. How is it any different for you now? You took the freedom I gave you and used it to hurt yourself. Her words felt like memories. Song understood right away as the daughter of the streets. What are you thinking, Lady Falima? Don't go asking what you shouldn't be asking, alright? Stand up and give me a look. Is that it? I'm gonna... What? I'm still me? What? Did you actually want to be turned into an animal? Take me to that, Mr. Bai. This isn't over yet. That's... Lady Falima, you're so... gracious. Enough. You're not off the hook that easy. Haven't I told you it's more interesting to tease a pet than can bite? There's no one on this street. I want to have some fun. You have other tricks up your sleeve to entertain me. Otherwise, have you seen a puppy that's no longer favored? Well, what do you mean? Oh, right. I should put you in your place. You're gonna need to be a dress form from out here. I'll show you what that means when the time comes. Sure, as you wish. I'll lead the way then. As she plodded away to escape, the ever-vigilant girl, pretending to be a servo, omitted a rather important description. While times had changed, Amber Street was still packed with people. Or so it seemed. Although the lady habitually saw others as a different species, it sounded very abrupt. Of course, it wouldn't take long to figure out what she really meant. Dad, don't die. Please don't think. Oh, her dad died. L. Look at yourself. From today onwards, you're supposed to head the family. All matters will be taken in our hands for now. But you must not let others see you like this. Go back to your room. Oh, so the elders were dickheads. They had it coming. Oh, they have it coming. Keep your mouth shut. Makes sense, but where should we start? This is it, Lady Philima. Usually you place an envelope in the designated location and wait for the other party to retrieve it. Look, it's on the roof of that building. The roof? Leave it to me. I'll climb up like a tree. No, I won't allow it. If you dare soil my clothes, you won't have any to wear in the future. Did you think you could climb higher than someone capable of flight? Ooh. Yoink. Regardless of how street smart she was, at least luck was on her side. It's too late. A carefully hidden letter had been found, but it only conveyed a revealed identity and urged allies to withdraw soon. Did we give ourselves away, Lady Philima? Maybe we should call it a day? Although I'm no longer as free as I used to be, I finally found a way to make a living. Do you want me to bring you some tea? Or massage your shoulders for you? You sure think far ahead? I'll consider it after we find that bye guy. Do you really want to bother him with a medicine cone, man? That's below your status. Below my status. I see that you're in a hurry to return to your cage. Things aren't as simple as you think. I want to find him. He might not be one to do something so risky. But that so-called Mr. Bai might really be his work. Falsehood. It's just as the rumors say. Yes, Lady Philima. Right away. The girl frowned. She did not remember ever taking control of Song's mind. I don't really get it, but I'm sure you're right. I'll be frank with you. Regarding those shadow calamities you know of, that Bai intends to do something here once and for all. An imposter, and a few shadow calamities aren't enough to get me to come here. Do you really think I'm willing to stay? I still don't get it. Again, where should I begin looking? Looking? There's no need. Coarse clothes, weaving shuttle, clothes hanger, dress form. Now, I'm still missing a shoe rack, aren't I? It can't be. Lady Philima, are you going to... That's right. Everyone counts. I'll change everyone on this street into my servant. Interesting. I'm liking the power she has right now. Man, we're just controlling everyone. I'm your personal shopping assistant, eh? Oh, such a noble, elegant demeanor. You must come from a prestigious family, right? Allow me to recommend the most suitable rarities. Not bad. I see you have some semblance of taste. I'm currently in need of a more observant servant. Come, serve me. I mean, you need to choose jewelry? No problem. We've just received a batch of rare agate stones in the store recently. Give me a second, guys. 1 second. No need. Don't fixate on analysing me. A clever servant who enjoys reading between the lines may sometimes be overthinking things. I've said since the beginning that all I want is for you to serve me, but perhaps you don't need to handle it yourself. What do you mean by that? Such a fragile soul. Well, I think you'll stop beating around the bush and with you anymore. Kneel. Oh! Oh dear, I got one left. Oh, God, with the last one. Okay. No more of those, please. Welcome to the Shadow Realm. No, not the noodle shop owner! I am just gonna skip through these bits because this is not story related. What this mainly is what this mainly is just basically her getting servants. These aren't story related. Get dressed, idiot. Get dressed! Sure there's nothing around here just to grab. Where are these symbols? Is there symbols on what I've got to do here? Oh, they're up there. They're upstairs. I better go. Oh. Bong. This is a very interesting chapter for me. Yoink. Yoink. And yoink. Thank you very much. I'll take that. Okay, so when they go white, they're done. Right, so if I head back down here and click that up, that blue should turn white, right? Right? Yes, okay. So this is how you know what's done where. That's good. That's quite helpful. That should help me 100% this map. Nice and easy. I mean, it should be easy because this was obviously intended as a what's it mode, as just a small event. My god, her ribbon has quite the range. Right, clock shop owner. Let the trials begin. Kneel. Let's go. Let's going nowhere, mister. Not a single wasted. And as previously said, get dressed, idiot. As the audience on Amber Street grew, the imposter had nowhere to run. Oh, there are still some more checks to do here. And there's a thing over here. What I might try and do is get all of these done. Because I want to get all of these done. For obvious reasons. You know, get them all done, then you don't have to worry about them, and... You know what I mean? Gasp. Old man! Old man Jenkins! And he would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for my meddling needles. As you do, you know. Oh, time trial. Ooh. This is a little loose, the controls for this, but it is fun to control these. Goal! Give me my money. And another one, my god. I kind of wish that the rising and falling would sound like that. Like cheap things. I love those things. Like, if you ever want to know something that all guys love, and some girls, I'm not going to be sexist on me, it's those things. My god, if you make it go, you know, people will love you. I will love you. I will. Right, I'm up here somewhere. Ah! What the fuck? Oh. Okay. Huh? Come, song. I've got you now. another old man. This is Mr. Bai? Why does he look like a grandpa? What's the big deal at this point? Didn't I already tell you that the so-called Mr. Bai is merely a fraud, unconnected to the real Bai family? Man or woman, old or young, human or ghost. Isn't it possible for him to be anyone? Wait a minute, young lady. I have no idea what you're talking about. It's no use playing dumb. The people in charge have finished investigating. Starting last month, rumors of the shadow disease suddenly spread through Amber Street. Concertedly, people calling themselves Mr. Bai began selling talisman water. Unfortunately, the talisman water never had any effect, and the shadow disease patients were just middle-aged and elderly people with common illnesses who, upon hearing the rumors, mistakenly believed they were living on borrowed time. As for Mr. Bai, although we haven't been able to contact the real person yet, the glaring flaws in your actions, your pathetic imitation of a posh accent, and the fact that the Bai family crest you traced is missing 2 strokes, I'll expose your true identity as an imposter. But even if such a group of people exist, what's it got to do with me? It's only been a few days, so you surely haven't forgotten about your old friends on the shopping street, have you? You are familiar with the residents of Amber Street. You have channels to spread rumors and methods to find victims. You even have a professional knowledge of the pharmacy. Oh, by the way, didn't a pharmacy on Amber Street close recently? Your old neighbors have recognized your face. The former shopkeeper of Wu Pharmacy. Damn it. I was forced to do all this. It's not my fault that I can't cure the shadow disease. Throughout the generations, who's ever seen such a strange illness? Just because of the wrong prescription, the pharmacy's reputation plummeted and has been closed down. The reputation of Wu Pharmacy was tarnished, so I had to borrow the reputation of the Bai family. Why? Because no one believed in my own prescriptions and only trusted the young nobleman who was doing research. I didn't even lie. Tell me, isn't the shadow calamity real? Aren't those patients really getting cured? Since both these things are true, what have I done wrong? You couldn't be more wrong. First of all, your dirty and despicable methods that are even worse than the shadows are already figured out by my servants. There is indeed a shadow calamity on Amber Street, but faking paranormal phenomenon in alleys and hiring thugs to attack those who suspect you, you can't pin that on the shadows. Secondly, since you're an imposter, you may not know this. Shadows need to be nourished by fear before they can grow. You spread rumors, sow discord, and through deceitful means, make people here firmly believe in the existence of shadows. This is clearly nurturing the shadows with your own hand, cultivating the very monster that you destroyed with your career. Because of your foolish actions. Amber Street has been infected to such an extent that, well, at this point, there's no need for an imposter like you to know. At very least, the real Mr. Bai would clean up the mess he's left behind. And you, a coward who blames others for everything, shamelessly stirring up trouble without self-awareness, do not deserve to use the name of nobility. You're afraid of being punished. You may appear to control the shadow, but in reality, the shadow controls you. And soon, both of you will be under my control. Noble individuals can tame beasts and turn them into pets, but you may not even be human. Kneel. Are there any snags? I want this dress on a character, by the way. It's a really nice looking dress. Come, let me see what tricks the real Mr. Bai is playing, hidden behind this imposter. Just like the others who were dominated, Mr. Bai obeyed Falima's call and reached out his hand. Then, starting from his fingertips, his body shattered without any warning and dissipated into a puff of black smoke. Lady Falima, is he a ghost? Oh, little Q. You should know a dense pen isn't enduring at all. Aside from Song, the other servants that surround Falima collapsed like Mr. Bai and disappeared with the wind. Amber Street is fraught with danger. The rumors are true. Amber Street is peaceful and calm, with only a few petty thieves causing trouble. What we saw was also true. But whoever said that these two things are contradictory? Except for you and me, and my pets. From the very beginning, Amber Street has been completely empty. And it's not just you who was acting for me. Could it be? What we saw are all... Exactly. What we saw was a shadow calamity. That enshrouded the entire Amber Street. You're lucky, little Q. Now, we've just reached the opening act. The world shattered, reassembled once more. The Amber Street that belonged to Falima suddenly burst like a bubble, revealing false truths and cruel realities. Lady Falima, what is happening? Alright. This is the actual Amber Street where I, Falima, should have arrived. You think I really wanted to take them in as servants? I'll have you know that I'm extremely selective, even when it comes to pets. Them? These illusions were created by shadows. Naturally, to reveal their true forms, their shadows must be removed. Stand behind me. The role of pets and servants is just to applaud. It's now time for the master to make an entrance. Did we make it out? Isn't this literally the worst timing? So, what did we actually see in the end? Why were there two Amber Streets? This time, I'm really not sure. It's not that I can't recall, it's that I never remembered. Maybe there was some kind of accident back then? I don't know. It seems like we were knocked out by Falima afterwards. But if everyone you saw there was a shadow, how was she able to control them? Could Corali's hypothesis be correct? She established a connection with the other, and used a method similar to the fear gathering to draw upon the power of the 10 Faces of Misery? But that still doesn't explain why they would listen to Falima's words so obediently, does it? Those garments, they're used for more than just to differentiate them, aren't they? It seems that she's using garments to delineate their social class, according to her own twisted desires. However, I can't be sure if this also relates to the rules that govern the shadows. But based on the results, she certainly made the idea of turning someone into whatever she describes a reality. Of course, this is just speculation. By tapping into the fears of others, she can make them submit to her and exert her control over them. That's the essence. That means... See? I told you at the beginning not to bring up ancient history. I guess I'll have to try again later. Well, it's not like it's been completely fruitless. But for now, it's time to return. By the way, Song, when she personally knitted those garments for you, of the 7 days of wickedness, half yet remain. The King's Majesty all turned out to be an illusion. After dominating the entirety of Amber Street in the century-oldish tale, Falima and Song finally exposed the imposter street to the real. The history after, however, is lost to the shadows. Until now. Huh? Greta, what's the matter? News from Shen? Not exactly, but it's not unrelated either. I feel like we've crossed paths here. Hang on, give me a second. I feel like we've gone beyond the actual thing. I just need to find out where it ends. If that's alright with people. Just to ensure that we're not overstaying our welcome here. Okay, we're there. Looks like the data monitoring has captured some new information, but out of nowhere, my communicator just started getting all these reports. I'm guessing only Shen would do something like this? She does give off strong motherly energy, but new information? Could it be? I'm not sure either. Let's go check it out. Welcome to the box of memories in time. Please relax. If you want to exit, just exit. I knew it. It seems the past experience has awakened again, right? We didn't do anything, did we? I'm not sure. Perhaps the way the Shadow's rules seeped into Oxia brought about other effects in itself. Maybe this is not Song's past, but rather the memories of the Shadow itself. See? Even she can tell it's a bit far-fetched. That's not the point. What's more important is we avoid repeating the same mistakes. That's right. Considering the unintended damage before, we must be careful when we approach this time. But where have they ended up now? I really can't remember, so. Applause. Lady Falima, what are you implying? What else? Why do you think I came to a place like this, little Q? To negotiate business with another family? To apprehend a trivial scammer? Or to indulge in the whims of a group of people who can only have their way in a place like this? Let me be clear. From the moment I accepted my first servant, I knew there were no living beings here. The rumors from outside are true. The Shadow Calamity unleashes havoc, making this place pretty much the ghostly realm. The claims of the residents are also true. This place may seem calm here, with only some self-serving little disturbances here and there. Because right in the same spot, there are two amber streets. But that means if it's haunted? Lady Falima, shouldn't we escape now? They say that when someone dies in a deep resentment, they'll continue to haunt the place they died and bring harm to others. Are you having the exact same thing like that now? If that was the case, I would hardly have lingered here all the while. Come now, little Q. Ghost hauntings hardly happened before. Yet, just as I was about to have Amber Street under my control, all this happened. Perhaps you could stand to use your head a little more. Right. Stay calm. Stay calm. I got it! You're the real ghost, aren't you, Lady Falima? No matter. I suppose even a not-so-smart pet has its own charms. You saw with your own eyes that those people from before. They were nothing more than counterfeits created by the shadows. As for the servants, little Q, did you think I was born with the power to dominate minds? Wait, it's nothing but a trick that was bestowed by the shadows. However, creating a whole neighborhood out of thin air, along with the residents, that's far beyond my capabilities. True to her nature, she ended up lightly dismissing the conclusion that might make her appear inferior, notwithstanding the fact that gradually unraveling the illusion before her eyes through her innate powers and ultimately exposing it for what it truly was already a remarkable feat in itself. I see now. Well, I never thought they would be this close, Lady Philima. To think you'd be willing to share with me something so important. You're overthinking it. It's but a trivial matter. Controlling people's minds, even without the shadows, is still not beyond me. It just takes more effort. You could say that being able to control people's minds was a facade that I was willing to show you from the very beginning. Come, let us see what exactly has been happening here. If you're lucky enough, you may even get to see that part that I'm not willing to show. Yes, Mom, I'll follow your lead. Look at this with the Bai family, wasn't just bragging. Lady Philima, it seems they were bitten by a monster. Although shadow calamities will spawn beast-like monsters, that Bai guy announced that he had witnessed the terror of the shadow calamity, yet did nothing to remedy the situation. How tasteless. The girl recalled the power that could create an imitation. Hi, Lucina, how you doing? Create an imitation of an entire street. Did he lose himself because he had obtained such great power? Or did he fail? We're just looking at the newest crazy character in this game, who I will be pulling for afterwards, hopefully. We'll see. We'll hopefully pull in this stream. We'll see how it goes. Indeed, the power of the shadows is most annoying at a time like this. So we're in this flashback again. How boring. Even she herself couldn't say that the scene had taken such deep root in her heart. Oh god, I'm sorry to hear. It's been one of those days. Well, at least you get to come home and be calm and relaxed now.
James, Aurora, 小弱みたいな小物の相手なら余裕だけど。私のペットなんだもの。こんなにそろそろあなたたちに
It's time for you to have some pleasure too.
協力。セルマ様、それは。
Oh! I think I remember you saying about that. I'm excited to see it. For the girl could finish her heartwarming words. A chain had reconnected her to Philima without noticing it. Not long ago, a certain butler had witnessed firsthand how Philima could effortlessly control others using this method. Understood. You may leave. At the same time, following its own rules, a shadow flowed from Song along the chain towards Philima. Or more accurately, it was being absorbed by Philima. I already told you, didn't I? Next, it's time for the master to enter the stage. The fact was evident. For Philima, controlling others was merely a prelude to the feast. In a way that resembled a fear-gathering, she could combine the abilities of her servants and do things that ordinary people couldn't do. Though it was a simple acquisition of her power compared to her subsequent actions right now, it was the most effective one. Of course, if it weren't for the current circumstances, she would have preferred to abide her family status and solve everything through domination alone. But amidst this seemingly flawless process, there was a fundamental anomaly that shouldn't have appeared. In a few seconds of absorption, Song, who had been lively a moment ago, lost consciousness and collapsed to the ground. What's going on? I should have only used but a small fraction of your power. So, that was all you had? Even glass isn't this fragile. Never mind. The chain extended once again, but this time it wasn't for the purpose of controlling its target, but to transfer something. Although it was a brief fight, Song had indeed been completely drained by it. And in order to ensure her safety at the moment, everything that had just happened had to be reversed. And compared to the power Philima taken earlier, what she was giving now could be concised many more times. Alright, you just wait here. I must say, I wasn't wrong. You're more suited to be a pet than a servant. But even as a pet, once she confirmed she had transferred enough power and that the girl wouldn't be bothered by ordinary monsters in her absence, Philima stood straight up. Then she looked towards the hazy horizon. If, even after obtaining that kind of power, you can still be called that, listen carefully, Baji. Since you presented me with such spectacle, there's probably no reason why you shouldn't keep an army from the shadows, right? I've said it before. Freedom is the precious air on the mountaintop, not meant for the weak. Most people can't control themselves, so willingly give their power to people like us. That's why the nobles can become nobles, isn't it? Let's be clear. Don't think for a moment that I'm any different from them. As for me, I'm just one of those selfish and self-inserted people, so I have a tendency to protect what's mine. She glanced at the girl, laying unconscious on the ground. The girl. You better not touch what's mine, understand? Considering their nature, it's equivalent to offending me personally. And for that, you can probably guess the consequences. But after that, I suppose in a drama such as this, it's not befitting to talk about some serious matters. Fingers crossed for you, honestly. Oh, are we actually getting combat? No. Fingers crossed. What are you doing for the release? Are you, like, got a number of packs you're buying, or are you buying, like, a booster box or something? Whee! Okay. My God. These Doctor Strange flipping transitions really throw me off. Is she making her own castle here, or gonna box me? Oh, fingers crossed. Have you ever thought about doing it as an unboxing? Or something other similar? Try to, like, angle your camera overhead? I'm kind of tempted to be doing that with the next Pokemon set, because I'm getting a box plus multiple packs. So, of course I have to wait because I get paid a bit later, but because so far I'll have how many packs do ETBs come with? While she runs and talks, I'll oh, creatures. Never mind. Just gonna finish the combat and then I'll check. But yeah, I would love to see like live reactions. So if you did get one kind of thing, you know what I mean? Even if it is just a thingy. The problem is I'm working late tomorrow, so I wouldn't be able to watch it, but I would love to, like, catch up on it. Which is why I like things like Twitch streams or YouTubes or any of that kind of stuff. Whee! ADHD mind goes, whee! Pokemon ETB. Everything is mine. No, never done that, and probably won't be able to do it tomorrow since you're in work, but something's going out to play Yu-Gi-Oh, so pick it up. I mean, it could be a weekend thing then. It's one of the things you can plan and do as well. Obviously, I don't know, because the day it comes out for me, what on earth are you? Oh, and we get to play. Oh, I'm loving this already. So to get all these chains filled. I thought that'd be a thing. Oh, stop blowing me. Sorry, give me 1 second. We're like, kill this thing. I love characters with whip swords, by the way, like this. Oh, there's an enemy behind it. There we go, that works. I'm not sure if I will be able to do it as an opening. I want to because there's some really exciting cards in the new set. Although we've had it confirmed now, which is rather upsetting for me, is that yeah, the next set is just going to be based on Petulant and the Loyal Tree. Yeah, you want to open it tomorrow night? Oh, that's fair, that's fair. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense, honestly. Oh, I love whip swords so much. Die. Let's see, let me have a look. Okay, so the booster box, the ETBs come with 9 packs. I'm gonna have at least 2, so that'll be 11 packs to open. I think I definitely want to do it. It'll be late at night, but I kind of want to do it for a Friday night. Like, instead of doing Magic the Gathering, come home and open it. Leaving no trace behind at all. How is it possible to manipulate shadows within this range? Or is this an entirely unprecedented shadow calamity unrelated to that Bashi? That's great, if only Shu was still here. Well, I know who your favorite blade is in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Uh-oh. Oh, there's a whip sword in it. One of them is a whip sword. That sound. It's nearby. It's the same wound as before. This dog. Exactly. If evil is not eliminated, then take its place. That is the only way I can think of. Farewell, stranger. One day I will sacrifice myself and repay the debt I owe today. But before that... Even better. Is that him? So everything we saw before was actually part of the Amber Street Great Panic, huh? The Son of Falima, you were both there all along. Well, maybe? But you saw the commotion I was in, condition I was in, I couldn't remember anything. Is it finally over this time? Yeah. Looks like the recurrence ends here. So, we'll have to wait a while before trying again, huh? Next time, maybe we should get more information first. I mean, it's not like we came back empty-handed, but it just feels too disjointed. So it looks like the sheer pleasure is about enabling others to enjoy themselves rather than herself? Yeah. Offering everything you have for her to use and letting her bear the dangers for you afterwards. No wonder it doesn't seem relate to the pleasure at all on the surface. After all, she did plunder some things from others, with the methods of oppressive nobles. And also, since we all witnessed the end of the Amber Street Great Panic, after what Latros did, the so-called servants still ended up, how should we put it, well, I can't be sure, but they all ended up unharmed. And it seemed like she used the domination methods more after she returned. Maybe that wasn't really the ending. Perhaps we just missed it? Indeed, for the unconscious one involved, or the ordinary people who had no idea what was going on, the beginning and end of the Amber Street Great Panic had ultimately become a secret hidden from the world. How it started and how it ended would be buried for 100 years, with only a few people knowing the truth. However, its effects were still quietly evolving at this moment, and it allows one to infer some clues based on the outcome. The preparations for the venue are complete, milady. And the guests? Everyone is waiting in the reception room, which is the Elder Council's chamber. Right. You go ahead to the venue. I'll join you shortly. One more thing. Miss Song is here, and is seeking your audience, milady. Let her come on her own. Remember to pair a cup of your special homemade black tea for her, James. Yes, milady. Lady Falima! You're late. It's only been a few days and you're already being sloppy again. Well, it shames me to admit, but your mansion, Lady Falima, is really grand. I got lost without even realizing it, so we know what the next map is. And that reception room? Wow! It's completely different from what I imagined. You don't like it? It's my pride and joy. You don't know how satisfying it is to see the expression of those old geezers' faces when they give up their precious council table and let me fill them with my collection. I can sort of imagine it. But Lady Falima, what exactly happened that day? With the ghosts, I mean. With that shadow calamity. Is it really true that everything is resolved that quickly? And not to mention that I was suddenly sent away without explanation. Before I could figure out what was going on, a group of your maids came and dressed me up, insisting that I attend some banquet. Alright, one question at a time. You don't need to worry about Amber Street, and to be honest, it's of no matter to me. As for the banquet, you can consider yourself the #1 hero, and I want to thank you for that. Thank me? But for your collaboration with the elders, I actually gained something. Being mentioned alongside the elders, this isn't going to be a compliment, is it? Oh, wait, there's something you gained. Is it me? You really have a high opinion of yourself. Alright, let's go. It's time for the opening. Don't misunderstand the way of thanking you is not by inviting you to the banquet, but by granting you the honor of witnessing everything. Honor of witnessing? Oh, I forgot to mention. I specifically chose this estate, which is even larger than Amber Street. And the guests at today's banquet really outnumber the total population of the residents there. Wow, that's quite impressive. You're not suddenly getting married or something, are you? Oh, no, I was just running my mouth. Sorry, I'm just... But seriously, it's really difficult for me to guess your intentions. Then don't guess. Let's go. Although, I'm not really interested in doing something tasteless like creating a huge monster. But... the mysterious person with the family. I did track him down. As for his apology, it seems quite fitting for some intriguing activities. And I believe that at least completes this quest. So for those on the YouTube channel, thank you for joining, and I'll see you next week. For those on the stream, please stick around.